Okay, here is the story, a shortened version of what happened. I was just trying to make a living. I was about 28, 29 years old, very young family, a 1 and a 3-year-old, 1-year-old boy, 3-year-old girl, and we were just trying to make ends meet. I got a new job selling cars for a living. I love cars, always like tinkering with them, like selling them, like buying them, and like maintaining them. And got this new job, thought it was going to be great. The job turned out not to be the greatest job in the world, but it paid some bills. I was intending just to make some money, pay some bills, and hopefully, if possible, enjoy the job. I got on well with the people I worked with. And within a couple of weeks, I was on a sales training course up in Kenilworth in the Midlands of the United Kingdom. There were about 10 or 20 of us at an evening meal after a day's training. And we were sat there. I was at the end of the table. We were eating our food and there was conversation going on. There were two girls and the rest of us were guys. I'd heard all the banter and the laughs and the crude jesting in many workplaces prior to this, and nothing was new to what I'd heard. The girls were pretty flirty, and I remember the rest were guys, so it was a perfect combination for that sort of conversation. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, something happened. I wasn't asking for this thing to happen. I wasn't expecting anything. I was eating my food. I was listening into the conversation. The conversation is indelibly etched into my mind. I can remember certain expressions from this conversation to this day. All of a sudden, something happened. It only happened for about 2 seconds. It was a true kind of out-of-body experience. It was both horrendous and wonderful all at the same time. I don't want to ever experience those 2 or 3 seconds ever again. And yet I would wish that every Christian and every person could experience what I experienced for those 2 or 3 seconds. This was January 1995. What happened was that God spoke to me all of a sudden and showed me how awful sin was for about a second. And then for about another second, how desperately needful it was and possible it was for people to be saved from their sins. I couldn't believe what I felt, what I saw, what I heard in those words into my ears and into my very being 2 or 3 seconds. It was both the worst moment of my life and a totally defining moment in my life. It was a true in-body experience, in my brain experience, in my spirit experience. It was awful. It was so awful. I made my immediate excuses. I can't remember what I said. I've got to go. Went back to my room, wrapped myself in a duvet, sat next to the radiator, shivering with fear of what I'd experienced. God told me, "You're going to be an evangelist." My whole life changed from that moment on.